All right, what's up, everybody? Yeah. So, man, it's been a couple of days for me. Welcome to the Bytes podcast. I'm of course Jeff T. Uh, man, I am worn out, people. I went to a music festival yesterday that was 5.5 hours away, and I had to make the turnaround and come home because of my work. So I didn't sleep overnight, and I slept some of the day, but it's really hard to sleep during the day. So I'm a little wonky, I guess you would say. But man, I texted Scarlett the invite to enter the chat earlier, and she hasn't responded. She usually tells me, "Hey, I'm on the way" or something. But anyway, I don't know what she's got going on. Hopefully, Eric, if you can get a hold of her, Matt, if you can get a hold of her or something, man, check in on her and make sure she's going to be able to come or whatever. But anyway, yeah, man, I will talk about the Dirty 30 Fest that I went to in Ocean Springs, Mississippi yesterday. Uh, there was some fantastic bands there, man. It was a great show. We had this band, Crashing Wayward, open the show. What's up, Watson? But yeah, so we had Crashing Wayward, Storage 24, uh, the Almas, and so part of tonight's show for me is going to be I'm going to play this band, one of their videos, Crashing Wayward, and the Almas. We'll play one of theirs also. They're touring together right now. So last night was their second show together. They did a show in Fort Walton Beach Friday night, which was the opener for their little tour that they're doing together. A couple of amazing bands, kind of cool to get to see both of them together and see their second night of their tour, which was part of a big festival that had one, two, three, four, five, six bands. There were supposed to be seven, and one of the bands actually lost their drummer. Their drummer actually passed away like 2 days before the show was supposed to start, so obviously they were not in any shape to be able to do a show, man. So Gears was not there. What's up, Mike? Man, I had a good time last night. I told your buddy, the drummer buddy Kevin. Is that yeah, Kevin, right? I pinched him on the ass. Told him you told me to do that, but I really just wanted to pinch him on the ass because it was a nice ass, man. But I'm playing, but I did pinch him on the butt. Told him it was from you. Yeah, the drummer for the band Gears, actually passed away like 2 days before the festival was supposed to start. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about that band, so but very sad situation that they couldn't do the show, man, over a loss in the band like that. I mean, so yeah, that's tough stuff, man. But overall, the show was fantastic, man. The Sound 228 is a radio station, an internet streaming station, much like Front Row Radio, and they put this festival together. It's this third year, so they're doing big things over in Mississippi, and yeah, they put this festival together. It's third. I think this was the part three for the Dirty 30 Fest, which is very cool, man. Between them and Full Circle Entertainment, who I'm partnered up with. Brandy, they're fantastic, man, and I got to meet Pepper Gomez. I know you guys see me on Facebook or whatever. I got to meet Pepper Gomez, who is she has what is her record label called? Wake Up Music, or something like that. But yeah, so got to meet her. Look at her. She gave me a little pic. Got her name on it, shaped like a heart, man. Very cool. Pepper's really cool, man. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to do some networking, which was awesome, which is the main reason I went. Shallow Side was the headliner band there. I've been friends with those guys for quite a while, to be honest. Since maybe 2021, I think they did a festival with us over here in South Georgia, and man, they put on a great show. But all the bands last night were fantastic, man. It was well worth the loss of sleep that I went through to get there, man. Crashing Wayward and the Almas both stuck out to me. Very, very good music, man. All those bands were great. There was bands from all over the country there, so I know it was an expensive show to put together and have happen. But yeah, for the Sound 228 to do that, and Full Circle Entertainment, everything, man, that's fantastic. And for them to have me over and let me be a part of it, and let me help support some bands and stuff was pretty cool too, man. I did all I could do. I bought some merch for everybody I could afford to buy something from, and got to hang out with everybody, and of course we rocked out all night, man. And yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. You guys, if you get a chance to see any of those bands, once again, Crashing Wayward, the Almas, those two are touring together. I'm not sure where all their stops are going to be. I should have kind of garnered that information, but I'm gonna be honest, I was dead today, so I didn't have time. But Storage 24, man, those guys are out of Jackson, Mississippi. They tour all over the Southeast, so you can get a chance to catch those guys. They do some crossover style music, little new metalish, maybe a little crossover between. They call it street rock. So we'll go with that because that's what they call it. Enemy was out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Those guys were really good. They were, hey Melanie, what's up? But yeah, so Enemy was out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They were really good. Outlier, man, those guys were ridiculous. They came from New York down. The Almas were from Wisconsin. Shallow Side was from Alabama, so they weren't far from home. But those guys are all over the country. I don't even know if they know where home is anymore. I want to say Crashing Wayward from Wisconsin, right? I'm not sure where. Oh no, Crashing Wayward. I'm not sure where they're from. I'm not sure where. It's the Almas that are from Wisconsin. So I didn't really ask Crashing Wayward where they were from. Dang, and I'm not sure where the Gears was from either. But all of those bands were fantastic. And man, you guys go out and support a live music venue somewhere like the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Fantastic little spot, man. And yeah, I'm gonna go support people, man, when they're playing live music. It's a lot of fun to go to see live shows, and yeah. But let me still haven't heard from Scarlett, so I don't know what's going on with her. But let's see, what do I want to do? How about I brought in a bonus video today, and I've been meaning to play this video for a while. This is a band they're out of Washington, Pacific Northwest. Innocence Torn. We've played pretty much every one of their videos. They had a new one that came out not terribly long ago, and we didn't never get around to playing it. And I've had it in the system, and we just kept having more and more stuff come in. So, but yeah, so let's do Innocence Torn, Nailed to the Cross. This is pretty cool. If you've watched any of their videos before, they all kind of have a common thread of like psycho doctors and big needles and weird stuff. But yeah, anyway, great music, man. Bonnie is fantastic. Her and her husband are a team on this band. It's called Innocence Torn. They're out of the Pacific Northwest.
Down to my brain, put down the
Yeah, so Bonnie and them, man, that's a badass band. I'm gonna be honest. I've been following them for quite a while, and love what they're doing. Uh, so Matt says that Scar's almost ready. So bring your butt on, girl. I think she does us like this on purpose, man. But hey, check it out. I got a pin on my hat right there for that's also from Pepper Gomez, her record label. Pretty cool. I got a few little gifts over there, man. She's got a band called the ET Boys. That's some natural rolling papers. Uh, I won't use them, but I'll keep them like a souvenir. ET Boys. Uh, yeah. So really cool, man, to be able to hang out with other like-minded people. Yeah, other like-minded people like Pepper and Brandy and Kevin, Brandy's husband, boyfriend. Anyway, he co-owns 228, the Sound 228, and so they're partnered up together. And then, of course, I partnered in with them to kind of try to help promote all the same artists and work together to do all the cool things, man. And it was kind of cool to be able to get around people that are doing the same type of things that I've been trying to do. And yeah, man, I would say that it was a productive day. I'm wore out though. I'm gonna be honest, man. Man, that's wild. I don't know why I do crazy stuff, but yeah, I made a last minute decision to kind of run over there. I'm an HVAC technician by day, so by my trade and my full-time job, and so sometimes I'm on call on the weekends for emergency, services or whatever. And I had that this weekend. It was my weekend to do, and I had a call yesterday morning. I said, well, if I don't get any more calls by noon, I'm gonna make the trip, and then I'm just gonna, if calls come in after I leave, I'll put them off until Sunday. And I was going to have to turn around and drive home either way, because of my work. So yeah, so I left at noon, drove 5.5 hours, went to Ocean Springs, Mississippi, hung out there for about 8-10 hours worth of music and mingling and stuff, and then drove back. I got home at 7 this morning, so crawled right into bed. And you can't go right to sleep, man, after a drive like that, but man, rock and roll, right? That's the life, man. But let's see. I'm gonna find us another one. Oh, okay. So this guy, man, Johnny North. This is a solo project, and he's got a brand new video. It might be his first video. He was from Illinois. I got to hang out with. Not with him, but when I was going up to Illinois a lot and hanging out up there with bands and meeting and networking, I got hooked up with Johnny and a lot of other people up that way. Kind of made a lot of connections up there, and they've been fruitful for me. And but Johnny, his band is Assassinator, and he has moved since to Tennessee. So I think he's in Nashville area of Tennessee. But yeah, so this is a solo project. He actually made this video. You can tell he did a pretty low budget, but the song's good, and I think it's cool, man. I mean, anybody could make a video like this, is what I guess I'm trying to say, but maybe not. But I mean, if you had the wherewithal and the time to do, you could do little videos like this, man, which is pretty cool. So I appreciate the guys that do the extra. One of the bands that Scar brings us is Lucid Intent, and they do one once a month, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how and theirs aren't really low production. Theirs are more highly produced, so I don't know how they're able to do it. Yeah, and so yeah, let's just watch Assassinator while we wait. Like I say, this is a solo project. Johnny North, he's from Illinois, but he now lives down in Tennessee. I want to say Nashville area of Tennessee, but here you go. This is Unshackled. What's
Hello.
up? What you got on a tie, man? What? Hold on now. What the
Uh, I'm
hell?
supposed to be here
Hey,
at 4:20, right?
almost on the dot. Almost on the dot. Mike and Melanie. Let's see. Mike said you're right on time. I think Melanie said you're just like a little early. You were about 1 minute, I think, early, maybe. Hey, whew. How was your week?
While I'm here, how is
Yeah,
everyone
you made
doing?
it. You made it. How are you?
Me? Oh, I'm all right. I'm doing good. Lots of stuff going on. So,
I am wore out. I am tired. That's what I've
oh, I
been.
bet. Were you driving all night, Jeff?
Driving and partying, all of the above. Rock and roll, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Is that what they say about it? No, I can leave out the sex and drugs part. Just rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
I could have hung out for the after party, but man, I had to come home, man, and I know. Look, I have partied with Shallow Side before, so I knew. I'm like, no, I'm going home. I better get in my truck and leave. I told Eric and Sam, I said, and Heath, I said, man, I love you guys, man, but y'all have fun, man. I gotta roll out. But
You had a long drive, so
I did, yeah. I had five. I mean, I could. I mean, if work wouldn't have been the way it is for me, and nobody called today, so if I had known, I could have, probably just stayed over, spent the night or something, crashed somewhere. But I didn't know. So you have no way of knowing when you're in the business I'm in. Somebody could call and need you a restaurant with a cooler or a freezer down or something that's important. So you can't. I had to be here, so I couldn't stay, but man, I kind of wanted to in a way. But like I say, I partied with Shallow Side before, and uh, those guys showed up partying to the before the thing, and after they were like all the other bands kind of stayed. So Eric from Shallow Side, he's like, this usually means we're gonna get drunk, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, I knew, I knew it was time for me to go. I was like, yeah, I better not stay with these guys. I'll be unable to go home.
probably the smart decision.
That's right. But yeah, no, I had a great time. It was worth it. It was worth it. I'd do it again. I'm wore out, but I would do it again. Love going to see rock shows and supporting live stuff like that. So uh, found another cool venue. It's just 5.5 hours away, but yeah.
There's cool venues all over if you're willing to drive that long.
I mean, this is true. Yeah. And yeah, like I say, that was in the Sound 228, another radio station, another internet streaming station, sponsored. That's their festival that they put on annually, and yeah, it's kind of cool to be a part of another radio station's thing. All that, all the above.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool. How are you all in the chat doing? I see no one speaking right now or texting away right now. Let us know how you're doing. What's up, 70s?
Yeah, we got Watson in the house. We have Mike Krapinski from Snap Cat Bandits. Melanie's here. Eric's here. Everybody's here. Most of the same people that we usually see. Matt was here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out. You brought in. So I was talking earlier. So I didn't even talk about the one that kind of came to us through, which is kind of cool. How all of a sudden now that we have the socials, that people are able to kind of submit to us that way, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so we had Ryder, I believe his name was James Ryder. He had messaged us and submitted a song, and we checked it out. We thought it was cool. So do you want to start with that one?
Yeah, we can do that one. I mean, I've already done. I did while we were waiting on you. I talked a little bit about the festival, and then I did Bonnie and them. Nailed to the Cross. I did their song, Bonnie Freemuth and her husband from up in the Pacific Northwest. I did theirs just because it's been sitting there for so long. I don't know why we hadn't already done it, but yeah, let's do Ryder. My brain's fried today, so
That's
Yeah.
all right. That's all right. You had a long night. So this is one I opened by Ryder. And again, this was a submission we had sent to us. And the guy seemed really cool. I believe his name was James Ryder. Let's check him out.
Yeah, this is more hard rock. It's not metal, I don't think. It's kind of hard rock, right?
Yeah, it's like hard rock style. It's I believe he was from New York.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yep, here we go.
one eye open.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
It's so wide. Down, I want to cut transition. Very cool. That's some cool stuff out of New York there. I like that writer.
I've seen, I've seen Ryder on some other stations. I don't think I've got any of his music on Front Row for some reason. I might,
I
but I
have
don't
to get
think
a
I
hold
do.
of some.
Yeah, I need to reach out. He's pretty good. I'm definitely here for it, man. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like that solo that they went into, and then how they transitioned it back down into the softer, and then it goes right back up into the chorus. I
yeah,
really liked it. I thought it was
yeah,
very good.
yeah. They did good with that one.
I see you rocking that Crashing Wayward shirt
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. So that's what I was talking about while we were before you got here. Crashing Wayward, I saw them and the Almas were both together. They're touring together right now. So they were both at the festival I was at yesterday. But it was the second show for their tour that they're doing together. I'm not sure exactly where all they're going to be. Like I say, I was sleeping all day, so I didn't really put it together good information on it. But they were at Downtown Music Hall, which is another venue I've been to, which is also about 5.5 hours away from me, but it's down on the beach at Fort Walton Beach. And they were there on Friday night, and then they turned around and was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi the next night, which is only a couple more hours west. But so yeah, those two bands are traveling together, and so I don't know why, but those two kind of stuck out for me at the show yesterday. Like I say, every band was fantastic, but for some reason, Crashing Wayward and the Almas kind of I could see why they're touring together, and I didn't realize they were touring together until after the show. Kind of they talked about it a little bit. We were outside talking after and realized that they're actually touring together, which is kind of cool. But
Very cool.
Yeah, and so yeah, I want to do Crashing Wayward next. I think these guys have opened up for some bigger acts. I want to say that this video was filmed when they opened up for Filter. I want to say, I mean, you'll see Filter's big screen behind them or whatever, but they have a
Mike said, I
yeah, I think they are too. They went right on. They were some. They. I don't think they were going to stay in party too long. If I'm not mistaken, Crashing. They were still there when I left, but so when I left over there, it was midnight. It was like 12:30 a.m. Sunday morning in Mississippi when I left, and of course my time it was already 1:30 a.m. You know what I mean? Because I lose an hour going in the Central Time Zone. But yeah, those guys, I think they're not playing around. They're hitting the road. They're doing their thing. And they're both great bands. I was really super impressed with the Almas. Fantastic. And Crashing Wayward too, man. They're both good bands. So I want to do Crashing Wayward's video next. I think they've got a unique look. I mean, they're cool, man. The singer is like Too Tall McGraw, man. This guy's almost 7 foot tall.
Too Tall McGraw.
He's like, I'm 6 foot, and I'm like looking at the guy like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, bro. But yeah, no, and he's really good. They have a little bit of a unique delivery and everything, man. They're really cool. So I'll just let you guys check them out, man. This is Crashing Wayward.
Let's do it. Crashing Wayward. Whoa, that drum head is sick. You see that on his face, guys? Yeah, that's what I mean. Their delivery is kind of unique. Lead guitar doesn't wear shoes. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so those guys they're actually really good, and yeah, and so the photo I was showing while they performed this song, he actually laid down. He's talking about lay down, and he's actually on the floor right there. He gave everything he had, man. I think that was the last song they did. So
love it. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
They look very high energy. Were they super high energy to watch live?
they really were. And so, funny story. I don't know what happened. They were using corded mics and stuff, and he normally doesn't. I don't know why that was happening, but he had his mic cord was so tangled up. Like a couple of times, he had to stop and untwist where it was getting so tangled. He was so used to being able to move around. And the venue was so this thing was supposed to be outside. It was supposed to be outdoors. And of course, everybody knows there was all this crazy weather in Mississippi yesterday, and all across the southeast, tornadoes and things. And we were blessed that it just rained and it was kind of windy, but out of an abundance of caution, they moved everything indoors, and so it got a little small in there. It got a little tight, a little cramped, and there's a cool stage in there, and the bands were super receptive. I mean, they just come out into us. We were a crowd out there, and they just came out amongst us. I mean, it was a pretty intimate show, which was kind of cool in its own way. Really, really, really a lot of fun. Let's see. Yep, everybody.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah, we got folks in the chat hanging on, but yeah, so yeah, it was cool that they moved it inside in a way. I think it affected the numbers of people that showed up. They sold a lot of tickets, and some of those people didn't even show up. I mean, I think because of the weather and the threat of it. I'm a dumbass, so I just drove 5.5 hours into the eye of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going, but
yeah.
Yeah, rock and roll, man, But yeah, no, those guys are really super cool. They're a cool band. They're great. They're good people. They put on a great show. Yes, it was at the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs. It's in the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I was gonna eat, man. There was a friend told me I had never been to Ocean Springs. It's right near Biloxi, where the casinos are in Mississippi. But I had a friend tell me about a barbecue joint over there called The Shed that he saw on Diners, Dives, and Drive-Ins or something like that on TV. And I didn't have time to go try it out. I drove right by the place, and I was like, man, it's got this world famous barbecue, but I didn't get to stop there. I ended up eating at the place. But yeah, the Juke Joint, it was a really cool little spot, man. They have a great backyard with this outdoor stage, an outdoor bar, and then the inside is a little cramped. It's like an old house almost. But the kitchen was good. They had great food. I would say go there, man. If you're ever in that area, go check that place out. Very cool venue. Go support all the kind of venues that do live music. If they're doing live music and supporting bands and they've got multiple stages and stuff like that, man, they deserve some support. We're losing too many of them. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. Shallow Side, of course, was there, and I've had them. Not me personally, but I was at Pretoria Field Radio, a part of Pretoria Field Radio, and at the brewery in Albany, and we had a couple festivals over there. And Shallow Side was one of the headliners one year for us. During the middle of the summer, we had a 4th of July one, and yeah, they came and they headlined that one for us. And they were telling me last night that they were ready to come back and let's do it again. And I'm like, bro, that place is gone, man. It's gone. It's not there anymore. And yeah, then they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, man, we just, you couldn't get enough support, to keep doing it, So if people aren't coming, man, and supporting these places, they're not going to be there. You gotta do the things. You gotta go. You gotta buy the beer from there. You don't go to the liquor store and sneak a bottle in. You need to buy your drinks from them. You need to buy your food from them. You need to pay the door, all those things, man.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're in a small town, you're in a big town, whatever. If you really like a club or a bar or a music venue, go there when you can, support them, go see the live music. If you care about, up and coming bands or smaller artists or independent artists, go and support them. Go to the clubs, go watch their shows, buy a ticket, buy a drink. The amount of clubs that I've seen close down already just since I started playing music with my band Scarlet Silhouette, it's been insane. I mean, my favorite club that I ever have played yet and that I've honestly been to thus far, that I loved the people, I loved the environment, I loved the stage there, I loved everything about it, so much about it. And we watched it close down after being open for a very short amount of time. It was very sad, and that club had so many people that loved it so much, and it's really hard to keep something like that going. And for us, smaller musicians and independent artists, it's really hard for us as well too. So definitely support the scene. Like we as patrons are the only people that can really help to keep these bands, myself included, playing shows and these clubs open to allow these bands to be able to play shows. So definitely support, do the things.
Yeah, you got to do all the things. I'm not going to call anybody out, but last night we were talking, me and somebody was talking at the bar, and I think I'd had a couple of Fireball shots. He was watching, but he's like, man, you know something? There's a liquor store like right next door, and we could go over there, man, and we could get a whole 10-pack for, $10, and you're paying $4.50 a piece for those things or whatever. And I'm like, something though, but I'm going to pay them. I would rather, I get what you're saying and save a little money or whatever, but this place has us here. They got these bands here. You know what I mean? They're doing this thing here. You know what I mean? So we really should be supporting what they're doing. So I'd rather pay the $4.50 for a Fireball shot when I could have, drink 5 shots. You know what I mean? For the same price. I would rather pay them and tip the bar staff and do those things, man. Because we're gonna lose them if we don't. They're going to go away. They're going to go away. They'll close down and they'll be gone next year, and they won't be that show there, or whatever. So.
Yeah. And it's not to say that you got to go drop $100, every night at your local club, but, do what you can when you can. If there's a band that you like playing a show, go get a ticket, go watch the show, buy a beer while you're there. It's every little bit helps out so much. And it's really important if you want to continue this kind of smaller music scene and you want to continue helping smaller bands rise and you really care about the scene and everything, be part of it. Get in it, be part of it. You don't have to play music to be part of it.
No, but you do. You got to go support. You got to support your local things, your local venues and stuff. Oh man, I know we preach on it, but it's just the truth. These places will definitely close down. I'm like Scar. I saw Pretoria Fields Brewery went away. I mean, one of the cooler venues that I've been to in this whole area. I mean, when we did our festivals there, we turned the loading dock in the back into a big stage, and we had 3 stages. You have a little acoustic set starting the day out inside at noon or something, and a couple of people doing some acoustic things, and people buying beers, and then you kind of move outside to the beer garden. There was a stage there that was a little bigger, and you'd have some of the intermediate bands playing there, and then have your 3 or 4 headliners around back on the big loading dock, and have the big sound system in the back and things. And it just went away. I mean, that place is gone. It's not there anymore. Nobody, Shallowside was sad. They were like, man, we would love to come back and hang out and do that whole day party with you guys again and whatever. And I'm like, man, sorry, bro, it's just gone. It's not there. We can't do it. We can't do it there. We had to find another spot.
Yeah, it's a hard business for sure. They're constantly popping up and then going out of business.
Yeah, and some of them are fantastic. I don't understand why they don't make it. Sometimes it's maybe the area where you are a little bit, maybe, but
there's so many factors that go into it, but the biggest thing that we as patrons can do is, like we said, just go to the bars, go to the clubs, go to the music venues that are supporting the artists that you like and whatnot. Just go there, buy a ticket, buy a drink, whatever you can do when you can.
Yeah, you don't have to, like she said, you don't have to spend $100 every time. I mean, I think I spent counting tip and everything at the actual venue. I think I spent $64 yesterday, and that was from like 5 o'clock until midnight. You know what I mean? So I was there. You could say I spent $10 an hour. You know what I mean, to be there with drinks and tip and whatever. But I spent a pretty good bit of money because I bought shirts. I did. I try to support everybody as much as I can, but. Shoot, I spent $200 in fuel going over there and coming back, actually.
Jeff is a real one. So definitely, while we're on the conversation of support Jeff. If you have not checked it out yet, Jeff actually hosts a radio show called Front Row Radio, and it is absolutely super cool. And you should give it a look-see-loo. He's got social media, and he's got his website, frontrowradio.com. So if you're into the style of music that we play here, you'll definitely love what Jeff has to share over there. So give it a look, give it a like, give it a follow.
I think everybody here does, pretty much. But yeah, maybe people are tuning in later and don't know. Yeah, for sure. we have a lot of Scarlet Silhouette on there. I hear Scar's music playing all the time on there, which is kind of cool. Snapcat Bandits music's on there. Eric's music's on there. 7 Days a Minute's on there. Everybody pretty much in the chat's got music on there at some point in time. But
Mike said the Tuesday pump session.
yeah, that's my actual show that I do. It's called the Pump Session, and yeah, so mine goes on Tuesdays. The station is streaming 24 hours a day. I had Brandon Barnes from Leaving October was doing a Wednesday show, but he just decided to stop this week. It's too hard, man. So this is one thing that I was going to say. You don't realize how much work goes into it. You guys, I know that you guys put a ton of work into your trade as musicians and stuff. And but there's more work goes into doing a radio show than you think. And what's kind of cool to me is I've had some musicians that are coming on and doing a radio show or trying to, and then they're like, "Damn, bro, I appreciate you, man," you know, because they see how much work actually it takes to do. And Brandon, he did 3 weeks, I think. He did 3 shows, live shows, and he told me today, he was like, "Bro," he said, "Man, I hate to do it, man, but I've just got too much going on. I've got a couple of band projects, and yeah, it's more work than I thought." And and shoot, I'm cool, man. I'm not mad. He was worried I'd be mad. I'm like, "No, bro, I'm not mad, man. I appreciate you doing what you did so far, man. And you can always come back if you get time or something changes or whatever,
Definitely. It's definitely a lot of work. And, Jeff, you do so much too, besides just Front Row Radio. There's so much that you do too. So again, everybody support Jeff. He's freaking awesome. He's out here being an independent music scene freaking warrior. Okay. So
this is, I will admit that I do the things, man. I'm going to keep doing them.
You do the things you do.
I do all the things, and that's why I preach to others to do the things. I know everybody doesn't have it the same as me per se. My work sometimes is to where I can do things a lot of times people can't. Yeah, my money situation sometimes is tight. I mean, but I still manage to go do something. You know what I mean? I might not buy a T-shirt every time I go, but I try to support at least one band. I couldn't support all 6 bands yesterday. This shirt's a dry fit. This is like a dry fit shirt that these guys had. So this was a little more expensive shirt. It was a $35 shirt, and then they threw
nice shirt, though.
Yeah, and then they threw a CD in. This is actually their tour shirt from last year's calendar.
Oh, there you wait, stand up, show everybody. We got to see. Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, so they yeah, so this was a $35 shirt, and then he was going to give me a CD. He was like, because I asked him for music for radio, and he was like, "Well, here, I'll just give you the CD." And I'm like, "Well, here's $40 or whatever, And he's like, "Well, I'll give you change." And I'm like, "No, bro, you threw a CD in there, So, basically, $40 to them, and then I think I spent like 50 with I think I spent like $50 with the Almas. I got, or maybe I spent 40 with them too. I got a T-shirt and an autographed vinyl from them. So their vinyl was actually inexpensive. I think it was from their first run of music, and they didn't sell them all or something, so they were trying to get rid of them. So there was $15 for that, and then $25 for a shirt. That's $40. But they had some cool bracelets. Their guitarist, when his strings get old on his guitar, he takes the strings and turns them into bracelets.
Oh, wow. Guitar string
and he braids them, and they were so cool, but my wrist was too big. I'm like, I wanted one so bad. They were $30 for these bracelets, and they make them with like a guitar pick in the center, would be on the top of your wrist right here.
Yeah.
And then the guitar strings come around. They had 2 magnets at the back that lock together, so you don't have to, you know what I mean? And so
that is super genius. 7 Days said that's a cool idea. I agree.
Yeah, instead of throwing the strings away, then they're making these, do it yourself. Yeah,
turn it into merch. Turn it into a cool keepsake for somebody. And
I wanted to buy one.
That's I'm thinking of like the Victorian tradition of taking like a passed on loved one's hair and turning it into a bracelet, right? But doing that with like a guitarist and their guitar strings mixed with their hair. Wouldn't that be the sickest shit?
I mean, it's kind of cool. And I mean, so when I saw him, I was like, "You have bracelets?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she says, like, as a matter of fact, he when his strings are old, he braids them and makes guitars.
Hey, when I die, you better cut off some of my hair, make it into a bracelet with guitar strings, all right?
Yeah.
No, wait, make it a fucking choker with my hair and guitar strings.
Right. But yeah, no, I thought it was a fantastic idea, and she was trying so hard to find a bracelet that fit me. She said, "I know there was a bigger one in here, but we went through all of them, and just none of them would reach around my wrist." She's like, "Dang, you got these big wrists or whatever." And I'm like, "I don't know. I mean,
You have to get a custom one.
yeah. Well, I mean, she thought they had a bigger one, and maybe somebody bought it already or whatever. But they yeah, pretty cool idea. I thought, man. Yeah, and they looked great too.
7 Days said mine will come with flesh on them.
But yeah, I mean, there was probably might be some flesh on it. I don't know. Those guys, they tore up the stage. We'll play them in a minute. But so we got two to go for Scar. We got Split Persona and Lucid Intent. I assume you want to save Lucid Intent for last.
Yeah, everybody, all of the returners anyway would know who Lucid Intent is already. Let's go ahead and go with the new one.
Yeah, Split Persona, Hypo. Yeah, Hypo is the name of the song. And I wanted to say something before we go too far. And I did add this to our description, but YouTube algorithms been hitting us a little bit again for playing copyrighted materials. So I've added a little thing at the beginning or in our description that, we don't own the music, that we're just here to promote this music. You know what I mean? We're not trying to make anything off of it. Yeah, I just wanted to say that again here. I mean, we really don't own this music. We're just playing this music to get it out there for other people to hear, and we can review it and talk about it a little bit or whatever. We're not trying to make a penny off of any of this music that we don't own, So
absolutely,
yeah.
We don't claim any rights whatsoever to the music or to any of the videos that we show or images that we show from any of these artists. We have nothing to do with any of the creation process or ownership of anything. We're simply just trying to spread the music and get them heard and get them seen. So
Stormwatch New Zealand. So we got some Kiwis in the house.
No shortage of guitar strings at my place.
Double neck guitar collection. Oh wow, okay.
Wow. So you could make all kinds of stuff with guitar strings.
Yeah, 12
We're gonna start seeing people making guitar string sculptures and shit. Watch.
Hey, but I mean, it's I don't know why people wouldn't do it. It's a great idea. I know you throw strings.
I'm here for it. Someone make us a guitar sculpture out of guitar strings.
I should have got photos of them so that people would have an idea, but I'm sure you could go and find something on Etsy or somewhere made from guitar strings to get the idea. But yeah, I really thought it was a great idea. I wanted one so bad, but they wouldn't fit me. I even almost bought one just to display somewhere. But yeah. Anyway, so let's do Split Persona, and then while that's happening, I'm gonna go grab a bracelet that I did buy.
Do it. All right, let's check it out. This is Hypo, Split Persona.
Attention. After all, Mr. Pendleton donates a good deal of money to the hospital every year.
Spare me the gruesome. The only thing wrong with that man is that he's in the last stages of being a hypochondriac.
doctor's all instant
wrapped around my throat.
Don't wait until the end to tell me what I could have done. What's wrong with me? I'll never know, but I
The tantrum. Sick. You're muted.
Yeah. Yeah, I was coughing.
Yeah.
I was coughing a minute ago, so I muted myself. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that one I saw some broken strings. They could have made some bracelets.
Right?
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
liked it. They're like hard rock with like elements of like metalcore in there, right?
yeah,
I dig it. I think that's so cool.
it was really cool. The story, and I'm like Melanie, the storyline was pretty cool too. So I was trying to pick up on exactly what the doctors were meaning. I mean, they were faceless, right, or whatever, but being a hypochondriac just means that you always think you're sick with something. So, I'm guessing maybe the doctors were him or different parts of his own split persona because the name of the band splits persona. So, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, definitely an interesting, oh God, I'm blanking the word right now. Observation. Thank you, brain.
Yeah.
An interesting observation. I'm curious too. I'd like to. I wonder if we could find a way to contact them and ask them. I'd love to be able to talk to them and ask them.
Probably most. I'll be honest. Most indie bands are pretty open to if you hit them up on social media. I mean, sometimes it's some of the bigger bands might have somebody managing it for them or something, but most of the time you'll get an answer back or some type of response or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did spend $50 with the albums because there's my friendship bracelet that yeah, so I bought a $10 friendship bracelet from them too because I couldn't get one of the guitar string bracelets that fit. So
Oh, well,
but
you got that at least. That's cute.
I'll see them again though. I'll get a chance to see them again and maybe they'll have a bigger bracelet.
Yeah.
Which they were like, we probably have some material somewhere that we could extend it or whatever. And I'm like, man, you got people lined up trying to buy merch. Y'all ain't fixing to be rebuilding no bracelet right now, whatever. It's not that important. I'll spend the money somewhere else on something else for you guys and next time,
That was nice of them though.
Yeah. No, they were great.
Very awesome. But yeah, Split Persona, check them out, guys. They're awesome. I found them through Instagram, actually. That's a new one for me. So yeah, check out their Instagram. It's very cool. They got lots of stuff on there. They're pretty active.
Yeah, and so I see where Watson was like, as far as he's concerned, and I'll be honest, this is probably true with most of you guys that you guys don't really mind us playing your music and helping to promote you guys. You guys know that we have good intentions or whatever, but the YouTube algorithm, I think, is what's grabbing us. The AI stuff or whatever, literally. Yeah.
It's the AI copyright system. It catches that we're playing stuff that we don't own, and it's not really a problem for us as we don't have our channel monetized. But if we did one day choose that we wanted to monetize the channel, it's something we would have to look at and figure out a different way of going about things. But at this time, it does give us strikes, but it's nothing serious. It's nothing that's going to take down the videos or the channel or anything.
What all I had to do last week, they literally took the video from last week and they blocked it where it couldn't be viewed worldwide. I had to clip out the scene, the one video that kind of clipped us for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it was Hot Milk, which was my favorite one of the week too, kind of. But yeah, they clipped us out. I had to kind of. So now if you go back and watch it now, that video is not in there. I think our talk about leading up to it is still there, but they made it easy for me to clip it out. It wasn't a hard thing to do. It's just just irritating, you know what I mean? Because you want to promote these bands, and then the YouTube algorithm caught us on it or whatever. So I don't know. We'll keep trying to figure out other ways to. It's probably a lot of work to get all the right paperwork and stuff you need, to be able to produce. You know what I mean? For us to have kept that video up, I would have had to produce the paperwork from that band or whoever owned the rights to that music, saying that we had the rights to play it. Basically.
I mean, so there's a few ways to go about it, and a lot of other reaction channels on YouTube and such, what they'll do is they will purposefully cut the video, like pause the video very often throughout in order to bypass the copyright system. And then there's also ways to obtain like a license to be able to legally be able to share the music and whatnot and legally be able to show it. But 7 Days a Minute said, growing pain, guys, you'll grow, and the bands you supported will, yeah, for sure. And it depends too, because it really depends on how they've copyrighted the song, or the video, and what their copyright entails, right? So some are easier than others. Some of them, like the Hot Milk one, there was something, I'm sure, within their copyright agreement in which it was able to, probably their management team or something along those lines took down had us take down that part of the video. Whereas some of them, most of them, in fact, are, we'll get like a little strike from YouTube telling us we use copyright material, but usually it just, that's it. It's just a little strike, and it's like, hey, this is copyrighted, you can't monetize this.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Yeah, no harm, no foul, because we haven't been trying to monetize it anyway on those. But yeah, that was a little disappointing last week. We were like, well, you have to clip that out. They just literally took the whole video down. I was like, what? But yeah, it is what it is. And like you say, it is growing pains. I guess the bigger we get, the more we'll probably have weird things popping up, I guess. I don't know.
It's all stuff we'll figure out as we go, and as a team with our audience and between us and YouTube, and we'll figure things out as we continue to grow. But as of right now, what we're doing is working well enough, because like we said, we're not monetized. So
yeah, no, it's not hurting us at all, not really. But
yes, and as for any clips that do end up having to get taken out, like the Hot Milk, it's still in our playlist. So if you still want to access all of that stuff, anything that does end up getting clipped out, check out our Spotify playlists, check out our YouTube playlist. We have all of the music that we play on Soundbites in those playlists, so you can just hit shuffle and you can listen to all of the songs without hearing us talk. Yeah,
and Scar put in a ton of work to do those things, so definitely go follow the playlists. And the video playlist is cool. I was looking through it the other day, and it's got pretty much everything. I noticed that the Spotify one, I guess maybe some of the bands aren't on Spotify.
The Spotify has most of them, but some of them don't have releases on Spotify.
That's right. And so but I mean, so we're doing the best we can to help everybody get out there in as many ways as we can. And that's what we're about. And y'all already know that anyway. But so the Almas, everybody, man, this band. So I'm going to say, man, that so I was super impressed with the band. The female lead, she's just right. She's just sassy enough. She's not like super over the top or anything. Everything. I mean, they're pretty refined. This is a good band. This video is actually cool. It's a little older, I think. I can't remember how old it was. It might be from last year, I think. But I dug the video. There's a lot of pyrotechnics and stuff in this video. So.
Ooh, I like fire.
Yeah.
The Almas.
Burn out.
Ooh. Oh yeah, this is my jam. I like how they transition that into the part.
Just a code with no design, no feelings, chasing what keeps me alive. Sleepwalking, critical system failure. Yeah, we're on damage control. So human nature, keep the servers on. When the drugs stop working, all the walls come down. And even though it hurts me, sending me out, I will not slow down. I cannot take anymore. My soul's been left on the floor. I keep pushing harder. Oh, I've got a hole in my chest. My friends, they left me for dead. I'd rather die than burn out. Burn out, burn out. I'd rather die than burn out.
I really like that one. That was really cool.
Yeah, so that's a cool band, and yeah, that's the T-shirt that I bought was actually burnt out. That's why I went and grabbed it.
I saw that. Very
Yeah,
cool.
that's why I chose that video for today too. But yeah, so this band and that band are touring together right now. Crashy Wayward and the Almas, and Mike said he thought that they were in Louisiana today. So awesome, man. I mean, like I say, I knew that they were touring. I just didn't know. So the Almas had taken like 5 months off. They said. They had an issue kind of like Scar, their drummer, something was happened to their drummer. And so actually Mike from Snapcat Bandits, a guy that he knows is their drummer now. So the drummer that we just saw in that video is not the drummer that I saw last night. A guy out of Tennessee, they went and they said they kidnapped him from Tennessee. But you may have to do that, Scar. You may have to go kidnap a drummer from some other state somewhere, you know, just
For real. Hey, I'm for it if it gives us a drummer. Shoot. We do have somebody we're looking at, so fingers crossed.
yeah.
Melanie says, "Cool. I wonder if the fire's real or in effect." I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was real because they did put a credit for the pyrotechnics.
I think that was actually some pyrotechnic show that they did. It looked like it was all outdoors, which was probably pretty safe. The Feed and Seed
We're at a place
concert hall.
called the Feed and Seed Concert Hall tonight. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
I really should have done my homework, but I've been kind of in and out of it all day. I actually took a nap, like, I don't know, man, like about 5 o'clock. And then when I woke up, my clock somehow, the time on it looked like it was already almost 7. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta rush and do something. But yeah, anyway, for some reason I may have hit it or something and changed the time an hour up. So I was freaking out for nothing. But
Oh no.
yeah, I was like, holy shit. But that's what happens when you're up all night or whatever, man. I don't know. When you're not
At
used
least
to
you
it.
didn't accidentally hit your clock an hour early.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing
Wait,
about
did I say that backwards? I can't brain right now. 7 days says cool song and vid. I agree. Very cool. And I like I said, I really like their sound. I like the contrast of almost the pop style vocal that she does with their heavier music. I like the sound of it. It's very cool how they did that.
And so yeah, Kevin is Mike's friend that's their drummer now, and he was really cool. We made quick friends. Yeah, I mean, just so it's crazy how small the indie world is, right? So I'm all the way down here in Mississippi, South Georgia, all southeast, and Mike and Melanie's up in Michigan, Detroit, and then this band, the Almas, are from Wisconsin. And then here we are, all kind of connected through different musicians that all kind of know one another or whatever. It's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, me and Kevin talked about that last night. He's like, well, how do you know Mike? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I play your stuff on the radio. And it just turned into a whole thing. It's really cool, man, I love those shows. That's why I love doing shows, live things, man. Most of the time, the bands are super cool and really, like to talk to people. You'd be surprised. It's not like Metallica and them rushing off the stage and trying to hide in the back or whatever. Most of these bands are coming up and hanging out with you,
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And on that note, like, I think it's so cool, like this new age of the music industry with all the internet and all that stuff, the streaming stuff and all that. There's so many pros and cons to it, but one of the really, really big pros is, like Jeff is saying, being able to build community across the world, not just within your town of musicians, like for me here in Vegas, but I can connect with musicians all the way across the country. I could connect with musicians in other countries. And it's just so incredible to be able to build that kind of community.
Yeah, and so this was something that we were talking about a little bit. Me and some of the promotions and management teams that I've been talking to, and me and Scars touched on this actually before myself and any of them. We were talking about bands, trying to stretch too far too soon. Like you know what I mean? If you're not packing your local venue out, there's no way you're going to come 500 miles away and pack a venue out. You know what I mean? So you just have to kind of know your limitations as a band in a way too. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that will feed on you and pump you up and make you think, come over here or whatever, and then they take your money kind of thing. You know what I mean? When instead they should really be real with you and say, hey, you're not getting 20 people to a show at home. There's no way we're going to sell 100 tickets in Fort Walton Beach or just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with a smaller band branching out, but it's a matter of branching out in the right ways and with the right shows and the right promoters. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to go to a show where you're expected to sell X amount of tickets when you can't even sell half that at home, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in a good position to, play an opener show where you're not expected to pack the house, then I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great way to get yourself out there more and to be able to build more of a fan base so that one day you can pack a show, right? But it's all about knowing, like Jeff said, knowing your limits, knowing what you can and can't handle as of now and working toward what you would like to do, right?
Yeah, and also this is another thing we kind of talked about, just like from my standpoint or from a manager standpoint or a promotion company standpoint, having boots on the ground, man. So like if you're wanting to come to, just say Mike and Melanie, you're in Detroit, but you want to come and play the Legacy at Tallahassee, you know what I mean? But nobody in Tallahassee knows you know what I mean? So basically you would need somebody like me, right? To be down there slapping posters up on fence posts and, just on, or something. You need some kind of ground crew doing things to try to help build there's ways to do it. There's definitely ways to do it, but not everybody's able to, but I could be riding up and down the beach down there just blaring some Snapcat Bandits out of my speakers for people to hear, you know what I mean? And then, be like, yeah, man, the Snapcat Bandits, yeah, they're going to be in Fort Walton Beach tomorrow, man, or whatever. So guerrilla marketing, man, or something. But I mean, you got to do those things. You can't just think you're going to show up and sell the hell out of it,
Absolutely. I think it's a mix of things too. You really, if you're trying to do something like that, you really need to be cross promoting, having, like Jeff said, having kind of a street team of people doing things for you, but then also like social media, like we were talking about with the way that social media and the internet age can help, us to connect all throughout the country and throughout the world. Promote yourself through it. Don't be shy. Like if you're a up and coming musician, and you're trying to branch out, use the internet to your advantage and in real life, promote yourself through word of mouth, promote yourself through the internet, promote yourself through other people, promote yourself through yourself just by meeting people and, hey, I have this band, check out my band,
Yeah.
everything. It never stops, anywhere you go, the second that you have the chance, hey, check out my band. Have you heard of my band?
Yeah, and that's I was gonna say,
help the megaphone.
yeah. Mike was like, man, are you dropping it? I mean, bro, I'd love for y'all to come down here and perform somewhere. I mean, I was just kind of using you guys because you were in the chat, but I would love for you guys to come to the Legacy, man. I mean, that would be awesome. I don't know how we could make it happen, and it would be any way that made sense, but sure, man, bring your butts down here, play somewhere. And building definitely building meaningful relationships is always key. I was going to say, so a lot of people Jelly Roll is big right now, country music scene, right? I followed Jelly Roll since he was 18 years old, when he was a red dirt rapper or whatever, country rap, whatever you want to call it. Him and a couple of other guys, Haystack, Macmillan was another one. These guys were literally climbing up on billboards and freaking spray painting billboards, man, to, you know what I mean, for their shows. They would spray paint over a billboard, Haystack and whatever tomorrow at whatever club, you know what I mean, on the interstate. Water towers, they were.
We're not recommending you illegally tag billboards with your band name, but if you did do that wouldn't be on us.
I'm not saying go vandalize stuff, but I mean, I'm just saying, these guys were literally. Jelly Roll had a this guy, he's smart, man. He literally, in my town where I live in South Georgia, man, there's nothing in this town, right? There was an RV that showed up here with a wrap on it that said the Duke Boys and blah blah blah, and it was this RV. It was totally wrapped with all these guys' faces, and it was Jelly Roll and somebody else. And this was before anybody knew who they were hardly, I knew who Jelly Roll was because when I saw it, I said, "Damn, that's Jelly Roll right there." But he was in another band with another group of guys, and they were called the Duke Boys or whatever. And so I rolled up and I said, "Man, Jelly Roll in there?" And they're like, "Yeah, bro, he's in there. You want to sign CD and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, for real, you know." And I knew Jelly Roll wasn't in the van. You know, these guys were like, they were just selling their CDs, man. They were bootlegging CDs from wherever, man. These RVs was going all over the country, just posting up for a couple of days in a little town, man, selling the hell out of CDs for $5 a piece. I mean, they were getting their money, you know, they were getting their bank. and getting their name out there, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, they were these guys were climbing water towers and stuff and painting, you know, their bands and stuff on these water towers and things, man, at towns where they were going to do shows. So I mean, to make it to where Jelly Roll is, I mean, look, I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff what he did, you know. To get where he is now, they put in a lot of work, man. They did a lot of grinding, had a lot of meth heads running around in RVs, slinging CDs.
And you know, not saying doing anything illegal is a great idea to promote your band. However, it's the principle of the thing, right? You've got to work to get the recognition. You know, if you want to get your music out there, you've got to be fearless in putting your music out there in front of the ears to hear it.
Yes, that part. And yeah, I mean, and a lot of us try to help you guys as much as we can. I mean, I know me and Scarlett do. And, you know, there's a lot of other people out there that try to help too. But at the same time, you know, it's a lot of work for everybody, you know.
Absolutely.
It takes the whole village, I think, these days.
It takes a village to raise a baby, right? Well, I mean, it's always been that way, right? It's just different now because back in the day, it was more primarily ran by the record labels, right? So you had to go through them. Nowadays, it's, you know, not so much like that, and it's very much the other way around, where it's more often that you're not working with a major label, right, as a musician these days. And so it's definitely it's changed in the aspect of, you know, it's always been the same that it takes a village, but now it's you have to make that village, right? You have to pull that village together.
Yeah, I think that's true too, to an extent. The other thing that we had talked about, and even so even in Australia, the show Thunder Down Under ran last night, which I was driving, so I was awake for this thing. It ran from 3:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. this morning, my time, which was 6:30 p.m. for them on Sunday in Australia. And Kane Vela was talking about this as well. He had an interview with an artist friend of his, and we actually talked about the same thing recently in one of the shows I was at, that you're not making money from your streams. I mean, you're not making, you know, you're not going to make any money there. I mean, it's almost impossible to make money off Spotify or anywhere else like that. So you got to tour. You got to get out there and do the shows. I mean, you're going to make money doing the shows and selling merch. That's where it's moved to. You're just going to have to do it. I mean, you're going to have to do what Crashing Wayward and the Almas is doing. You're going to have to be at a different place every freaking night, selling the hell out of some merch, you know, hopefully, or whatever, impressing people and making connections and selling your things. You know, I mean, that's yeah, you're going to have to do that.
For sure. The way to do it these days is definitely by having multiple streams of income, you know, from the merch, from the shows, from what little you do make from streaming sites, and even from social media. If you can monetize your social media, if you could get it big enough and things like that, you know, having these different streams of income toward your music is really the way to go these days, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were talking about last night, is the bigger part of your income is going to be from selling your merch. And doing live shows. Maybe you get a pretty good deal on like a festival like that. You make a pretty good hit, you know, for a band, you know, that's probably not making a lot in a lot of shows. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden you make $500 or $600 for this one. You know what I mean? And then you sell $300 worth of merch or $400 worth of merch, or what, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean,
what have we got for the rest of this show today, Jeff?
All you got left is Lucid Intent, man, with this cool ass band that you keep bringing us.
You got no more for us today?
No, that's it. We're down.
Yeah, one more. That's it. Oh no! What are we all gonna do? It's almost over.
Well, we could go climb a billboard for Mike, and we could paint, we could paint Snapchat.
We'll put our faces on the billboard.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be climbing no billboards and getting no vandalism things for me, but
Yeah, I'm good on having a vandalism
Those
charge, but
guys literally,
I got
those
some
guys,
places I could vandalize legally.
yeah, those guys, yeah, like art parks and stuff like that, maybe, but no, those guys actually did do that in Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, those guys were climbing billboards on the interstates in Nashville, Tennessee, and painting their things over them, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they they literally did do that. But yeah, these guys, you said they're from Arizona, right? Lucid Intent,
Lucid Intent, yes, they're from Arizona.
and
So
they're
we've showed them for anybody who's been here with us on this journey and comes to the show often, you've seen them before. I've played Lucid Intent several times on this show, but anybody that's new, this is a band that I have personally played a couple of shows with, and they're really, really fun. They're really cool people, and they're really great. So yeah, Lucid Intent. This is the newest music video that they just put out, I want to say 2 days ago.
yeah, I saw it when it dropped. I said, "Yep, Scarlett will be playing that this week." I already knew. I saw it. I said, "Yep, I bet if we don't play it this week, it'll be next week."
Yeah, I saw them posting on Facebook, new music video, share it. I'm like, got you.
They do one every month though, which is really cool. So I mean, clearly they're great. They'll be recurring. I like this one a lot too. I like this is a little different, a little bit than some of the other ones that they've done. Kind of. I mean, the last couple were like wearing the hospital gown and doing in like the flood. What do you call it? The little. It was like I guess it's like a storm drain or flood ditch or whatever.
Yeah, like the I can't think of the word either.
I don't know what you call them anymore, but yeah, like in the little concrete
drainage
for the drain. Yeah, it's like a drain.
You know that thing that sometimes fills with water, but most of the time is dry. So you take your skateboard in there and pretend it's a skate park.
Yeah. They've been filming in those, and and then all of a sudden this one's a little different, which I thought was kind of cool. They also changed up a little bit the like the what do you call it, the cinema section of it. They got little blurry and little things coming in and out. So yeah, they're morphing a little bit on us. I think that's cool. They're changing up on us so we're not getting bored with them.
Absolutely. I think their sound is growing a little bit too, and there's a little bit of a difference in their sound in this. Not too much. It still definitely sounds like them, but I think I see some changes happening, and I'm curious and excited to see where they go.
Even in his makeup a little bit, he changed some stuff. So I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah.
I like that. I like to see an artist grow.
Yeah. Let's bring them up.
All right, Lucid Intent.
Remain the same as the name of it. Here.
I'm still jealous of Corey's look at there. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. I like the direction you're going, guys. Keeping
Yeah,
it
I like
posted
the
into
sepia tones in that one, where they, the odd color and stuff kind of made the graphics of the graffiti and all kind of pop, kind of cool. I like the whole deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting style change and decision on that kind of
Yeah.
yellowy sepia kind of a look to
Yeah.
that video,
But
but
they
I
say
like that it worked out.
we're gonna remain the same, but they were different.
Yeah, it's the same but different, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I
that's
like
what
it.
even the songs remain the
It's li-
same.
yeah, it's
I will remain the same, but then they made
uh-huh.
the videos actually different. So I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's definitely I thought they did a great job and it fits the vibe for sure. Wow, love the visuals that go with the tracks. Said
Yeah.
Snapchat. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It was definitely.
So that's the last one we have for today.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we've been an hour and 32 already, so time
Yeah.
has flown.
Pretty good time. I hope you guys enjoyed the music that we showed today and our chit chatting today. I know we did a lot of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I figured we had a lot to talk about this time. I had the festival I went to and stuff, so figured instead of bringing in too much extra music, we would talk a little bit. So
Absolutely. And so speaking of having a lot to talk about, I actually have my own little announcement I thought I would
I think
go
I
ahead and
saw
officially make
something.
on here.
Yeah, I think I saw something about this. You and Subliminal Stimuli.
Yes. So we have been working on a collab song with Subliminal Stimuli. We haven't shown her music here yet because she doesn't have any music videos out yet, unfortunately. But definitely check her out. She's really cool. She's a good friend of mine, Alex. But we've been working on, my band and I have been working on a collab with Subliminal Stimuli. So on the 28th of this month, March, we are going to be releasing that song. It's called Burn Me Up, and I'm really excited for it. It's definitely going to be different. It's not what you're going to expect to hear from Scarlet Silhouette, considering the music that we've put out previously. But it's definitely a fun switch up, and it's more in Alex's style, Subliminal Stimuli's style, but with my vocals and our guitarist. So it's going to be a fun collab.
I'm super excited because I did play Subliminal Stimuli on the radio some, and she's got a industrial electronic goth kind of sound to her stuff, and so yeah, I think it would be cool to see what you guys did together for real. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, it's I really like it. It's going to be a very fun hybrid between kind of the dark electronic with our, grungy, gritty hard rock, and it's a really fun hybrid the way that we did it. I think
What do you call? I mean, I have to say I don't really always have all the terminology. What do you call what she does? Like synth? Is it like dark wave synth?
I would actually have to ask her exactly what she would call herself and consider her genre.
Yeah,
But I personally just call it like dark electronic. I'm not great with subgenres, you guys.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I played her music in with a goth show that I did. That I was doing like I had a lot of music came in that was kind of what I consider goth, the hollow melodies kind of style of music. And I was like, she fit right into that show. So I don't know. I just put her in with a goth show, but she's definitely, she's definitely a synth wave, dark wave kind of sound, electronic, definitely a lot of electronic stuff. I dig her, man. I can't wait to see. You got to quit teasing people.
This month, March 28th, check it out. It's going to be on all streaming platforms.
So that's just a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Ooh. Super excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like it.
Haven't got anything new from Scar in a little while. So here we go. Something new coming.
Yes, something new coming.
Maybe this worked out for the exact right because you have been able to do a lot without a drummer. So her and you working on that on the side project over there, kind of popping out about the same time when you've been in a lull because you don't have anybody to work with, or whatever. Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, so we've had this in the works actually for going on nearly a year now, but it was kind of set on the back burner for a while, and we weren't working on it for quite a few months there. But we picked it back up once things slowed down, and we just finalized everything. And yeah, so it's going to be releasing on the 28th on Teresa's brother's birthday. Ooh, happy birthday!
Yeah, quite a present. But yeah, so yeah, I guess it's a good time to kind of fade out.
Yeah, we've got a few things that we're working on. So this will be the first thing to get the train running again. Let's say we are at about 136.50.
Yeah, so we love you guys. We love you guys. If you're, especially all of you that hang out with us in the live chat.
8,
Yeah.
9,
What is it?
10. I mean, wait, 7. Wait, I got lost.
Are you glitching on me? You're glitching like. Yeah, so no, we love you guys, all you guys that come and hang out with us in the live chat, and anybody that's watching later. We do get quite a few views on some of these later, so it's very cool. And yeah, man, Stormwatch out of New Zealand. So I'm curious, are you guys? I was chatting with Shedheads earlier. I'm just curious if that's one of you guys or what, but. I'm gonna actually play some Shedheads again this week in my show on Tuesday. But yeah, cool, man. We got people from New Zealand hanging out. We got people from Austria hanging out, from Germany sometimes. Americans, really cool, man. We got. I think it's cool. We got good cool stuff happening, man. We definitely appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you are new, don't be shy. Join the club, join the fam, join our little town we're building here.
I knew.
I gotta build like a Soundbite Sims town now in The Sims 4. Each building is a different band theme.
I figured. See, so this is what's cool when you hook up and you connect with a band like Shedheads. This is the dad from one of the kids that's in that band. They're like a high school kid band, and their music's great. So it's a lot of fun to be able to play bands like that and connect with people. We appreciate you guys. Cool. Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, building a community. This is how it works. So Shedheads have fans in the U.S. now. I'm one of them.
Absolutely.
I have hundreds of people listen to my show. I mean, every now and then I get into over 1,000 listeners on a show, but anywhere from 150 to 400 or 500 average, a week listening to the shows, and from all over the world. So, like for instance, last week there were 60 or 80 people from Papua New Guinea listening. There was 100 and something from the U.S. There was Australia. We had some in Ireland. I mean, so I could go through and kind of pick them out. But out of 260 something people listened last week, they were all over the world. I mean, it was surprising me sometimes that there's more people from another country than even in our country sometimes listening.
Amazing.
Yeah, I would say they do. Their music plays well over here. To me, I mean, they've got a great sound, and I'm sure they have a YouTube, I'm sure they got some music on YouTube that we could find a way to play on our show here too, probably. They might not have a music video per se like we like the show, but lyric videos, or every now and then we'll just do music if we don't get a lot of videos in. So, but we appreciate the hell out of you guys, and that's what it's about. You guys support us, we support the hell out of you back. And that's what all of this is about. For me, I know for Scar too, that's what we're about.
Absolutely. So, like I was saying, join the fam if you haven't already. Hit subscribe, hit the like. Go follow the bands that you heard that you liked here. Check them out
and do the playlist
on their social medias, all those things. Check out the playlist that we made on Spotify and on YouTube here. You can easily access all of the bands and songs that we've played through those playlists. And if you're an artist that you want to, if you are or know an artist that you want to submit for us to play their music video, then
Yeah.
do that. Send it to us. You can send it to us any way you'd like. You can message us directly. You can message us through our social media. Or you can go to our website at frontrowradio.com/soundbites, and you can go right on there and you can submit us something through that. However, it is easiest for you. Don't be shy. We would love to check out your music.
Yeah, definitely do all the things for all the bands too. Again, do all the things. Go check out their pages, heart their things, thumb them, buy merch, whatever it is, whatever little
Leave
bit you
them a
can do.
comment and tell them that they're the coolest band in the whole dang world.
Yeah,
Whatever floats your boat.
whatever encouragement you can give to somebody or anything, even just hearting on a post sometimes is something for somebody. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, we love you guys, and we're gonna probably just kind of end it. But we got to do a little heart hands things. Hold on, can we do it? No, hold on.
That way. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, put your hand.